Alright, so finally got myself enough time here to do what I said I was going to do and take off all this moss. I can find myself a level place to sit down here that's not going to fall over. There we go. So, you can see it's been a little while since I did the trim. Got new growth starting already. A couple of days. The other thing I want to do with this is I want to put it in a different pot. This pot's just way too big. It's all I had at the time. So we'll see what else I can find to put it in. Oh, look at the new buds growing. Look at that. That one's doing good. We'll have to see what comes out of this. But yeah, I think something a little more shallow and a little smaller that's easier to lug around would be nice. So we're going to continue where we left off, removing the moss. I'm just going to go get my spray bottle so we can keep everything wet. Just like that. Oh. Alright, let's see if we can get this stuff off of here. And of course, I don't have any of my needed tools, so do this by hand. That's okay too. Shouldn't be too much attached to it. Ooh, a couple of new little roots there. There we go. That one will look nice. I can tuck it in closer to the rock when we change the pot. Some of these are coming all the way around. It's really hard to get in here. Yeah. I think this did really well. I'm glad I stuck this moss around here. Really jumped me forward. I'm going to re-moss it again after. This will give me a chance to sort everything out and get it into something I can handle a little bit more easily. So we're just starting to get some down the back here. This one's doing well though. Just wet that up. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be able to tighten that up, I think, too. This one came down in just a perfect spot. This one back here. That'll hold it down just nicely once I get it tucked into the soil properly. lots of roots at the surface. We'll see what happened underneath it. I'll probably tie it to the rock before I lift it out of the pot, just in case. I don't want everything, all the little fine roots to break off that are gripping. There are a lot of roots crossing over here. I'll be able to straighten them out. These ones here, minus this little green bug, and these ones here both go around and cross each other. So this will give me a chance to fix that. And I'll be able to tighten this one up to the rock, which will be nice. Okay. Oops. Hopefully I didn't hit the camera too much. Alright. I'm not quite sure how I'll get it out of this pot, but I need to tie the tree to the pot, to the rock first, so that we don't have any accidental rip-offs here. Get my string. Okay, so we're just going to do a simple wrap. I think that'll be the easiest. Just put a slip knot in the first one. Nothing fancy, it's going to come right off again. Oops. There, that should hold it tight enough. And I need a container to put the soil in. And I'm thinking of, I might use this pot. I know it doesn't really suit a bonsai, but until I get this one all figured out, and the rock is a little larger than that, until I can find a suitable pot for it, I think that'll help. So I'll start digging out the soil. From around the tree. This pot doesn't drain either, it's just all I had. So I need to add more drainage to this soil and put it in something that drains better. Maybe aerates the roots a bit more. There are a lot of roots in here. And they're already circling the pot. Pretty cool. Still pretty solid. Must actually have a good root base under there. Wow. Alright. See if we can do this. So I'm going to put it down on the ground to lift it up, so I have somewhere to put it after. Ooh. Not tied down or anything, it's just there's some good roots on it, that's for sure. Oh, there they are. That's what's holding it down. Awesome. There we go. That's it. So, move you guys back just a little bit here. down. So that's my root base. Pretty cool, actually. Let's see how tall the rock actually is. Very nice. So there wasn't really anything growing under the rock, and I had it nice and high to try and get the roots to wrap around all the way under, but they didn't. They went and they splayed out, so we'll have to tuck some of them under. I'm actually quite happy with it. Hasn't been attached to this rock very long. I don't even think it's been a year. I have to get some more water. There we go. Wow, these roots are all completely twisted. Okay, I'm gonna go get more water and get a little more prepared, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and I brought you in a little bit closer. So the roots aren't too bad on this little thing. They go down all over the place, and these ones are all twisted up. Not quite sure how that happened, but we'll get that fixed up today. Try and keep it as much as possible, and try and tuck some of these under the rock. You can see that they're fairly long. They were wrapping around the outside of the pot. I don't know why. There was lots of space for them. Yeah. So I might reuse some of this soil, but I'm going to use that cactus and succulent mix. Might as well use it up since I have it, and maybe we'll try some different brands of that cactus and succulent mix. I can't pull any of these roots, they're tied on pretty good. So the tree didn't move at all. I do want to bring the trunk a bit closer, but it had a natural bend here to begin with, and it kinked even more, which is kind of cool. Maybe this one will kink around. Yeah. And maybe I'll bring it up out of the soil more. The soil was about right here-ish. About here, where these roots start. So maybe I'll lift it up a bit higher out of there. The rock does stand on its own. I would love to get it on something like a slab one day. That'd be pretty cool. But that's well into the future. Yeah. So, I'm gonna get that pot ready to go. I might have a quick look around for something else first. before I start. But yeah, I need to get it in something more shallow and easier to handle and house inside the house. Alright, let's continue this. So I put a mix of the old soil and some new soil in the bottom. Not sure if that's a good height. Up a little bit. Whoa! The buckets are wobbly, sorry about that. So, let's test fit this in here. Yeah, I think I want to bring it up quite a bit more. So I'm going to just use the straight cactus and succulent mix. It's a lot more dry than the other stuff, that's why it looks different. Get that a little more level. Okay. How's that height? I think I like that height. It's not too much higher. It'll still give lots of support to the rock. So now I'm going to cut some of these roots, but I don't want to cut them too far back because I want to tuck some of them underneath the rock there. I don't want to cut them too far back, but I'd like them to spread, so okay, now from that interruption, I brought you guys in a little bit closer. Now these roots I won't cut. Oh, I have to be careful. It's not in there quite sturdy enough, but so these ones are spreading out from the big stem there. And I'd like them to spread out a bit more, so I'm going to cut them right back. I'll definitely have to get that fixed up. There, that's good for now. Some of these roots are crazy long. These ones are the twisted ones. I don't know if you can see that. Whoa! Knock everything over. There we go. These ones are the twisted ones. I'm just going to see if I can untangle them. Shouldn't be hard. They're very, very soft. So there's actually a really weird bulge there. See if I can get a better look at it here. Looks like a root went around at some point and then fused again. Oh no, it's right here. Maybe I'm just gonna pick that one off. There we go. Yeah, that's weird. It's like all the roots there are twisted. So They're completely woven here. I think I'm going to try and cut this one side off here. We'll see if it goes all the way through or not. There's a lot back there. Interesting. Definitely very interesting. There we go. So this one will have to come right off. There must have been like 10 roots there. There we go. I managed to save that little one right here. Hopefully that'll replace that other big one and these will be all sorted out. Oh, this root comes from way higher up. Couldn't even tell with those ways, the way those ones were twisted. I'm going to try and get this stub off here. You can see they were twisted pretty good there. There. We'll see what happens from that. Wow. That was crazy. Might as well sort all these out. That's a little long. There we go. Probably put that back down now. This one I want it to be long. This one, I'm just going to shorten this up a little bit, but I need them to be a bit longer. And we can tuck those underneath. So now these roots here, I don't really want them to flare out at the bottom. I need these ones tucked underneath. And that way it'll hold the tree onto the rock. I think that'll be best with this one. I can untangle these and get them around to the other side. Hopefully these ones live. And oh, they're twisted around here. They look twisted, but they're sort of not. I don't know how to explain that one, but we can move those. That'll be good. Right. Get this figured out now. I don't want any of these to dry out. Okay. This one will tighten up. You can see that it'll tighten quite a bit. I'll be able to do that once I get this rope off. I might have to take it off sooner than I want to. So we'll get this one tucked under there. And we'll get this one tucked under there somehow. There. That worked out okay. I'm sure we'll get more roots growing there. We'll be able to fix that stuff over time. Now this one, I'm wondering if I should straighten it or if I should leave it. With all these roots coming down, I actually might leave it. So I'll see if I can tuck some of those under there. Okay. Hopefully we can get that tightened to the rock later on. I can't even put a string around there because the rock kind of indents. So I'll have to just make sure it's pushed up against it when I put the soil up. Put a little bit up now actually. There we go. That looks good. Now this one I'll have to untie this entire planting from the rock. Same with this one to be able to fix it. And I won't be able to tuck these ones underneath. I'll have to just kind of wrap them nice. Won't be able to tip the rock. So I'm going to take this string off now. Alright, you can see or you can't see, you can see the tree is actually attached to the rock pretty nicely, so we want to try and keep it that way. So this one back here I want to tighten and bring that tree down. Now, I'm not sure if I should angle it down here, maybe. Yeah, I think that would work nice. So I have to dig myself a little hole here. I'm not sure if I can get that underneath. Maybe I'll try. That seems to have worked out okay. And when it fattens up, I'm sure it'll look a lot tighter. Now these two over here, we got some weird stuff going on at the top, which I actually kind of like, so I know they're parallel, but we can change that right now. And have this one just going straight down. And following the rock over here. Need my bag of soil here. I can use the soil to hold these ones. They won't be going underneath the rock. I'm just going to put some soil down in here so I have it ready. Alright, you should be able to see it a bit now. You can see it's got these neat little kinks in it, which I like, so I'm sure they'll straighten out when the tree is older. I'm just going to follow this little crack down here, or where the rock broke, and then use the soil to hold it down here. Hopefully it stays in place. Looks like it will. And this other one, because these two run completely parallel, I'm just gonna pull this one over here a little bit. Maybe like this. So that I can actually keep them both. Or maybe should I bring it to the other side? Will it go? No, I think it's too stiff already. So I'm going to bring it over. That should be alright. We'll see. We can always change it or remove it or anything when the tree's older. Or as it matures and gets more roots there. Trying to decide where to take it. If I take it back, it'll be crossing. But it sure would look good there. Maybe down here like this. Can we get it to hug the rock there, do you think? Bit of a twist in it. Sorry if I'm covering stuff up with my hand here. I don't mean to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe bring it all the way around. Bring it all the way around. And I know I'm making parallel. I'm sure we'll have a whole bunch of different roots growing at some point in time. I hope. So we'll be able to replace these out and change them up and all the other nifty stuff you do with things like this. Alright, I think that's about all I can do. So we've got a lot of these sorted out now. And like I said, I will put some more moss on here to get some of these little roots to stay alive. So now, can't get that one any closer without breaking it. I don't want to take any chances with the roots I have. So I'm going to pot it high again, just to get these roots from up top to hit the soil. But it'll be much nicer to look at in this pot for sure. I'll be able to see a lot more of it. Yeah. I think having the soil a little bit higher up will keep the moss wetter as well. So I'm just going to pile it up there. Every time I do something, it's a learning experience, that's for sure. So every time I move stuff around, change the pots, I use all that new knowledge to improve just a little bit. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we try again. And with this one, I definitely found a lot of things that don't work. There we go. Not too shabby. And there. You can see almost the whole thing. There we go. And I thought I was going to make the front somewhere around here at one point, but then I liked it somewhere around here a bit better. But we'll see. All of that might change. This is a piece of blast rock called Rip Rap. I got from a job site a lot farther north than where I am. We did a lot of work there on the railway. And I got a couple of nice rocks from there. I like to grab rocks like for memories. Good memories to have. Almost everywhere I've traveled, even in my much younger days, everywhere I traveled I brought home rocks. Just a thing I do, I guess. Oops. All right. How's that? Pretty good for someone that doesn't know what they're doing, eh? Pretty good enough. So maybe I'll put some moss here and get those roots going down. Definitely put some more moss here. Get some more roots going this way. That'd be cool. Hopefully these ones thicken up. They look like they're doing pretty good. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. I'll put all the moss here and have it come over the back. And we'll leave this part for now and see what happens with these roots. Yep. That sounds like a plan. There we go. Tuck that over. This moss did grow. It was just dried moss for crafts that I got from the dollar store. And it actually grew. Must have been a lot of spores in there. I was under the impression that it wouldn't grow once it's dried, but it did. Yeah, I'm thinking just that side for now. We'll get stuff growing here and then we can manipulate the rest some other time. See if these ones thicken up and do their thing. So might bring some soil over top. Use some of this old soil here because I know it's firm. It holds tight. And this was just, I think I used veranda mix or something like that. Regular old potting soil, that's what it was in before, so that's all I could get at that time. Everything else at that time was frozen to the pallets. There. And I can wire that moss down a little bit so it doesn't peel off accidentally when I water. I'm just going to go around here. I know this stuff stays wet. I'm quite weirded out by this cactus and succulent mix. It's not at all what I thought it would be. What's this stuff here? It stays really wet. I thought it would drain a bit more or better than it actually does. So maybe I'll try a different brand if I can find one locally here. There. We'll see how we do this time with it. See how much more we can improve our skills. Do we level up in life? We must level up. Just like the video games. Alright, that's all the way around. And I know that won't stay up there all the time, but it'll stay up there long enough to keep everything moist. Now, where'd my little wires go? This one here. So I'll just use my little wires here. And we don't need it to be super sturdy. We just need it to hold that moss tight. Just so it doesn't fall off or move when we're doing different things to the planting. Oops. There we go. I don't want it to touch any of the wood there. There. So that just holds that from falling down because it doesn't go all the way over. And that's it. And I'll water that here and there. I'll leave it here in the shop. And that's it. That's all I can do, really. Yep. We'll see how it grows this time. I'm so undecided on a front. Right here is nice too. I know I decided on a front for the rock. I'll have to go back in my pictures and see what I decided for a front for the rock, but it won't matter because the tree's gonna do what the tree's gonna do. Yeah. So that's it for my root over rock this time, for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be safe out there. So I decided to go get some moss from along the side of the road and moss it. So here's a little bit of a spin with it mossed. Yeah, I think it's coming along really nice. Absolutely.